with all the work that you're doing and that we're doing in connecting all of the different elements, you really don't have a lot of big case studies and a lot of big success stories, because you've got the Starbucks, oh, we got 1 million people in a day, right? And that's something everybody talks about. But then when you really drill down on it, it's like, didn't we just give away a lot of free coffee to our existing customers? Did we really move transactions? And then I guess Domino's in the UK just announced, you know, our revenues are up, we're crediting Foursquare with that, we're doing offers, you know, our people come in, they check in, we take care of them, we acknowledge them, we give them love. But it's really very few and far between. And if you think about that, with the amount of connection and the amount of media time being invested in social media, isn't it just a bunch of bad ads right now?
It certainly feels that way. Yeah. I think there's a disconnect in how we're supposed to look at this stuff, right? I mean, advertising is throwing advertising in it. They're taking advantage of, say, the creative platforms to get those advertising to be more interactive, more fun, more engaging. But really, we have to remember that it's about connecting with an individual. So what is it that's going to inspire someone to engage with it and do something with it, right? I believe that there's the ability to marry influence with confluence, then starts to create that action and those desired outcomes and effects that put you on a path for some form of ROI. You just have to define what the R and the I is, right? We know that, for example, there's a lot of debates about social media not necessarily being as important as we're making it seem, because when you look at advertising spending over time, or just, let's say, marketing spend, Forrester, I think, predicted that digital was going up from 10 to 20%, and of that, I think 1% was going to social media. But when you look at, say, the cost of an ad buy on television or in print versus the cost of an ad buy in Facebook, they're very different things, right? No one's looking at it at this point. Okay, yeah, we're going to take, you know, a $10 million budget, we're going to put $1 million of it, you know, into Facebook and maybe Twitter, but that's not how we should be looking at this. Where are we going to put it in that last mile of engagement, where we're going to take whatever that creative is, or whatever that story is, and how are we going to connect it to the individual to inspire them to do something, and then to have something there to measure, right? Once you start looking at it, that last mile isn't free, right? It's not inexpensive because it's a social network. That's your time, that's your time, that's your time, it's my time. It's the resources that we invest in there. Let's look at it this way. Old Spice has a complete production team right now working 16 hours a day, making these custom videos all day. Who knows how long it'll last? That's a cost, right? That's part of the I in the ROI. And so we have to start looking at things very differently, remembering that it's not just about the buy in a social network, it's not just about the cost of the creative for that social network, it's about the connecting of that information, that content to the right individuals, where they are, and who they're connected with.